folks, this is Rainiac, and welcome to a very special bonus video of week 6 or 7 of the Let's Play Olympics 2 The Confused Return Numbers for Raught's little movie tie-in thread over on the forums. The game that we're playing here, well, this is the game that I almost played for the contest. It's Blues Brothers 2000 for the N64. And as we get into this, you'll see why I elected in the end to go for The World Is Not Enough instead, because that is a much better game than this pile of dreck. So the game starts off with Jake is dead, Elwood Blues, who was one of the two protagonists of the first film, and the main protagonist of the second film, because Jock Belushi was dead at this point, he played Jake, in jail. He gets a postcard from Sister Mary Stigmata, which is the greatest name for a nun I've ever heard in anything. In the film, he's actually just been released from jail, and he goes to see Mary Stigmata, and she puts Buster into his care, rather than him having to find her. And then this prison guard comes up and says that, despite the fact you're supposed to be released today, the warden plans on keeping you here. Because apparently wardens can let prisoners stay in beyond their term of paying their debt to society. Brilliant logic there, Titus. Mind you, I'm right in thinking... Get out of here. Help, no. There we go. That poster on the wall, by the way, that's the Voodoo Queen. I forget her exact name. The exact name of that character. She hosts the Battle of the Bands, and then there's some crap towards the end involving her turning two of the band into wood. The goal of Blues Brothers 2000, then. And by the way, a free heart right there. Crystal Heart. But this is not a Mario game, and we have to fight, and he never even hit me. You'll see quickly on why I decided not to play this game for the LPO. It would have been interesting because I don't think there are many videos out there on the interwebs of this game. In this case, it's probably for a good reason, because it's terrible. I mean, as I say, it's Titus, and unless I'm very much mistaken, Titus made Superman 64, which is all you need to know about that particular company. And I do know, by the way, that Superman 64 could have been a much better game. I mean, it's not entirely their fault that that game was so terrible, because they ran out of time. There was about half the game they failed to implement, so instead of Superman flying around a virtual world, I do know it's supposed to be much better. But stomping on these prisoners to kill them, because apparently they are womps from Mario 64, and I'm not even sure why that didn't work. Usually if you slide into the hell is going on with this game? Usually if you slide into them, then they get knocked down. This doesn't work with all enemies, it just seems to work for these prisoners. And if you kill an enemy and you don't have full health, they will give you a heart every single time. So as you can see on these vents, they have numbers on them. So we have to solve this oh so difficult puzzle by going into the vents in order and then butt stomping on these buttons. It's a typical Mario clone, really, with a few sort of Banjo-Kazooie style puzzles thrown in. Only one difference: those games were very good. This one is terrible. It's a shame, really, because Blues Brothers is one of my favourite comedy films of all time. Well, not just comedy films. One of my favourite films of all time. Fortunately, they didn't implement falling damage, because that would make this even worse. You crawl into these vents with the R button as if you even care. As I say, I was considering doing this for the LPO proper, which is why this is in this topic now, because in the end I elected not to do it. And am I ever glad I had a change of heart? My god. I wasn't entirely sure that I could get The World Is Not Enough to run properly while recording, which is why I had to have a backup plan just in case that didn't go off. The other backup plan was GoldenEye, but come on, no one wants to see that. The whole world and his wife has seen an LP of GoldenEye, and only one of them is any good. And an exploit: if you butt stomp these guards, then they will die in one hit. I slid into the one that was outside in the hallway, but in fact, nearly every enemy in this game, if you butt stomp them, they die in one hit. That's a neat little exploit that you can use. So back out into the hallway here. As you can see, these different rooms have various symbols on them. It really doesn't matter. This is not the greatest video I've ever done, okay? I'm just doing this to show you what I could have played. And with these electricity guys, by the way, make sure you slide into them, because a butt stomp will just fry your ass. That's about the one enemy that won't work. And you can hear that sort of very annoying sound effect in the distance. That indicates that a note is nearby. The notes are your collectibles in this game. Again, much like Banjo-Kazooie, I can't actually remember if they are used to beat the level or if they're just to 100% the level. I think if you don't get all the notes and then complete the level, it'll say, well done, now go back and get all the notes to advance to the next stage. Another easy little puzzle here, you punch these things here, that electricity cannot actually hurt you, thank goodness. And then, you jump on this platform, and you take it up to here. Now, this guy is kind of a pain. It is best to kind of clear him out, or you can just slide past him like that. Now, there are two ways, and by the way, going up to this jail cell, this ridiculous Afro man, and pausing the emulator because I'm a fool. This ridiculous Afro man. Now, you can go for those electricity things to get a bit of money, and you do get an extra life if you collect 100 coins. But this is one of the few parts of the game where you can actually speedrun it. Like that. Just jump, do a roll with the B button, here slide through to hit the electricity guy. I don't even bother killing the enemies most of the time, it's just there to be a hazard. Now, if this works, I have no idea what the hell just happened there. How did he not wake up from that? And he hit me in mid-butt stomp, but I did get 2 for 1, so that's kind of cool. Now remember what that prisoner guy told you? God damn it. This is why I hate this game, because the controls are just arse. I mean, it's bad enough I'm imagining playing this on a controller. I'm playing this on a keyboard. So as I say, this will not be the greatest video ever done. It's just a... Yeah. Yeah, that happened. I may have to do some minor editing because it's not going to be very good just watching me fail over and over again. Okay, slide through the wrong foot. Get rid of that guy so he's no longer a threat. As I said, I tend not to try and kill the enemies unless I absolutely have to, because... And that, by the way, is brilliant collision detection. Fortunately, you do get a little bit of invincibility. Now, what you need to do is, you could just go and talk to the prisoner man now, but fall down this, obviously not hidden platform in the slightest, collect all this money, and there is your note. The rooms in the first level of the game, which is Joliet Prison, and I'm kind of glad that they do at least... They did at least put a location in the game. Where am I going? I've lost myself. Oh, that's right. You've got to go talk to the prisoner man. Patrick McGowan joke. Oh, I can't really say that because the man's dead. I don't feel right making jokes about Patrick McGowan. I collected the key, didn't I? Didn't I collect the key? Did I forget to get the key? I totally did. Be right back. Okay, the key's in here. I'm like a fool, I completely forgot to go and collect it. Then all you've got to do is get back on the platform, go and see the Afro prisoner guy. He's not in the film, so I can't really give him a character name, can I, other than Afro prisoner guy. I'm not trying to be racist, I swear. Now, when you step into this guy's cell, then this is another sort of feature you'll see throughout the game. The main overall goal of the game, and indeed the film, was for Elwood to get the band back together, and then to compete at the Battle of the Bands, where the Voodoo Woman is. All you've got to do is basically press the buttons whenever the bar is flashing, but this really kind of catches you out, because when you press it and it's flashing, sometimes it will register as a miss, like that. Fortunately, it says you've got to copy and move 3 times, but as long as you do it twice, it'll say that you've passed it. As I said, this is really not a very well put together kind of a game. But you knew that already because it's Titus. And as I say, without meaning to carry on, Superman 64. Now, here's a rather interesting little segment, but before you go into this, get this note. And then, you've got to talk to this nurse. And once you've done that, as Fresno is trying to message me on Steam... Go away, Fresno, I'm trying to play a not very good game for the internet here. Aren't you glad I picked The World Is Not Enough, seriously? Anyway, you have to step on these buttons to direct these Ren and Stimpy-esque inmates to the nurse so she can give them an injection. And they give this creepy little noise when she injects them. The annoying thing is that their movement is actually mirrored, so when you press the button for the right, they go left and vice versa. But this is still not very hard. I can't remember what happens because I've never actually failed this bit. I assume the nurse kills you if you don't do this right. But fortunately it's very simple. I mean, this guy even spawns right in the middle of the maze, so you can just do that, and then he misses the nurse despite the fact he's right on top of her. Now once she's injected all 3 patients, there'll be a little bit of of dialogue. This is terrible. But fortunately, you can just kill her with a single butt stomp, and she goes away. That doesn't actually open the door to the next room, however. Collect some free money here, because you might as well. Seriously, aren't you guys glad that I played The World Is Not Enough? That's an underrated game. This is one of the worst games the N64 ever produced. It's right up there with Superman 64, the original Clay Fighter. Now, same trick as before, but we'll try and mess it up completely. Oh my god, I can't even see the camera. There we go. That takes care of the guard, and then you can exit. But the real fun of this level is yet to come. Because there are still 2 rooms, well technically 3 rooms. There are still 2 rooms you have to explore. Here we have Cab, one of the band members. You can tell he's a band member because he's in the same badly fitting suit that Elwood's in. And apparently he's going to be cooked by the lunch lady. I had no idea that Joliet Prison instituted cannibalism. And she's going to put us in our stew, apparently. Now this is more of a puzzle than a boss fight. All you've got to do, as Cab tells you, is to stomp on the lunch trays and match them to win. But you don't actually want to do this straight away. Because, as she just cheap-shotted me there, there are actually items hidden behind some of the trays, and the other ones there are sort of Batman-esque action words. That refills my health. Bonk, apparently. This is just a train wreck, but it's not a train wreck because of me. I don't think anyone could make this an amazing video. I'm doing my best to make it entertaining by doing it live, because even I couldn't sit through 25 minutes, because that's how long this first level takes, folks. And I'm going to... And I apparently can't remember where I saw the words. And slow down. Wonderful. Bam! Bonk! As I say, this is like an Adam West. I really should have remembered where this was, but I honestly, after playing through this once, to decide that I wasn't going to do this. Right, there's Zap. Oh, this is back to the old terrible days of... There's Bong and Pow. Bong and Pow. There's Bam. Right, that's a Bam, isn't it? No, that's a Zap. This is why I switched to post-commentary, people. There we are, we hit him with a frying pan. And if I remember correctly, there's a coin over here which is going to fill the... As I say, there's a coin over here which is going to fill the room with money. And it's very important that you collect this money, because if you get an extra life, nothing happens. I thought your health got refilled. I've got to find Pow here. As I say, it's not the most riveting of commentaries. It's not helped by these terrible controls. There you go. Now make sure you collect all the money. This might actually cost me the life I've just collected, before you stomp on the final lunch tray, because... No, you're not getting me. And once you stomp on the final lunch tray, that's it, she's dead. And that somehow frees Cab from his incarceration in the lunchroom. But that wasn't even the worst part of this game. I'll try and get a heart from this guy, but he'll probably kill me in the process. Because that big old baton, you can actually trap them if you are fortunate enough to slide into that fence. You will sort of trap him in an endless loop. And we finally get some music, but it's not very good. Now apparently there's some sort of riot going on, but the only riot are these Ren and Stimpy guys, and I've just alerted the guard like an idiot. But fortunately, I got rid of him. The Ren and Stimpy guys are endless, they're unlimited. And I have no idea what the hell just happened there. if you have full health, and I can hear that noise again, tell me there's a note nearby. If you have full health when you kill an enemy, they will more often than not drop a ton of coins. How the hell did it even hit me when I was in mid-air? Unfortunately, the prisoner guys, when you kill them, because they're unlimited, they won't actually give you any health or money. They'll just die. And over here we have a checkpoint in the form of a jukebox. You're going to need these because this game is pretty damn hard. Not because it's particularly difficult, because it's just badly made. And badly made games are usually harder. Another jukebox down here in case you needed it. I don't know why they required to give you a jukebox to go down one lift. There we go. I can hear that sound again. The mystical scrolling sound of notes. Give me my damn heart. Thank you. As I say, can you imagine me going through this for like 20 minutes and doing post-commentary? Oh my god. And that's also bullshit. How the hell was I supposed to combat that? He just phased through a gate! He just phased through a solid gate! Okay, so he's done it again! This game, man, this game is terrible! Oh, I'm about to get... If they touch the gates, as you see, they actually die. I'll just go in here to get rid of the prisoner. He's going to... I knew it! See, I'm wise to your tricks, damn it, game. Going up a level now, it doesn't really matter. Oh, I didn't mean to get that heart. And now we have the added benefit? No. The added hazard of these zapper things. They're back again to test my patience once more. I might just end this at the boss fight, actually, because this is really tedious and dull. My god. As I say, I thought the Will Is Not Enough video, not wanting to toot my own horn or anything like that, but I thought the Will Is Not Enough video went quite well. I mean, you're welcome to tell me otherwise, but I thought I played it decently well. And by the way, it wasn't the guard that hit me there, it was the damn hands again. What is it with hands and video games? No. No, I'm not getting taken. No! God damn it, prisoners! Learn your role. Know your role and shut your damn mouth. Fine, you want to come into the electricity with me? You can come into the electricity with me. It's not gonna matter. Oh, God damn it. Anyway, there's your second note. It's kind of easy to miss because it's. I nearly went over the barricade. This game is just terribly made. Now you might be thinking there's no real reason to go over here, but there is. It's a jukebox. Because again, apparently an elevator ride requires a jukebox. Here I think the jukebox is more justified because it's easy to get killed. And suddenly you go down to the ground level, and we have the delights of a boss fight. And you can tell he's a boss because he's giving off a skull and crossbones. To initiate this wonderful fight, you've just got to talk to him. And that's what happens if you get near you, and then he gloats, you slide into him, and you butt stomp him, and then you run like hell. But it's impossible to... How the hell do you outrun that guy? And then he laughs at you, and then you slide in the chest. And I'll get my hearts now while I'm still alive. It's not going to matter because he... I don't think there's any way to avoid this. Dedicated players of this game, first of all, seek help because there should be no dedicated players of this game. See what I mean? Is this kind of unlimited invincibility frames or something? And I win, apparently. And it's slowing up to hell and back. I love that sound effect. Wah! As he falls over and dies in a blaze of glory. And there's a note over here which is very, very easy to miss, as it's crawling at 1 mile an hour and Fresno is messaging me. So on that note, we're going to end this train wreck. So this was a look into what might have been, and thankfully wasn't. Are you glad it wasn't? Because I'm sure as hell am. Until next time, when I put up the week 7 or 8 video for real, and I've been practicing hard on that, so hopefully that will come out quite well, because I'm not the best player of ActRaiser in the world. Until that time, TTFM.